Welcome friends. Welcome to your favorite digital learning platform, Unfold You. I'm Virender Singh, your physics mentor. And today in this session, we are going to see a very important experiment of wave optics, that is Young's double slit experiment. Now this experiment is very important as far as your school exams are concerned. I have seen a lot of times questions come so frequently in your school exams. Not just in school exams, in competitive exams as well, a lot of questions have been asked from this topic. Right? So I recommend you to very carefully go through this lecture and make proper notes of all the concepts which I'm going to tell you. Right? So let's start our discussion and let's see what is Young's double slit experiment. Let's see the actual apparatus which was used by Young in this experiment. Say we have a source of light and we have a plane surface where there is a slit. Slit means a small passage through which light can actually pass. Right? That is the meaning of a slit. अब देखिए यहाँ क्या होगा, अगर यहाँ से रे ऑफ लाइट आएगी तो लाइट सिर्फ इस स्लिट से पास करेगी, रेस्ट बाकी सभी लाइट यहाँ पे डैम्प हो जाएगी. राइट? सी, और यहां से लाइट इसके बाद उसे डबल स्लिट से पास किया. डबल स्लिट मींस अब यहां पे दो स्लिट्स है. राइट? यहां सिंगल स्लिट थी, यहां डबल स्लिट है. राइट? नाउ अब यहां से जो लाइट जाएगी उसे हमने कैप्चर करना है कहां? स्क्रीन पे. दिस इज आवर स्क्रीन. उसे हमने स्क्रीन पे कैप्चर करना है. राइट? लेट्स सी, अगर यहां से रेज ऑफ लाइट गई, सी ओनली सिर्फ जो रेज ऑफ लाइट जो इस स्लिट से पास करेंगे सिर्फ वही रेज ऑफ लाइट आगे जाएंगी. राइट? देन जो सेकेंड स्लिट हमने यूज की, यहां से जो रेज ऑफ लाइट गई वो सिर्फ इन दो स्लिट से पास करेंगे, बाकी सभी यहां पे डैम्प हो जाएंगे. एंड एट द एंड व्हाट विल गेट? देखिए, इनिशियली हमने एक सोर्स ऑफ लाइट से शुरू किया. एक सोर्स ऑफ लाइट बाद में डिवाइड हो गई दो लाइट्स में. इट इज जस्ट लाइक कि लाइट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम टू सोर्सेस, बट इन एक्चुअली लाइट आपकी एक ही सोर्स से आ रही है. बिकॉज वी वॉन्ट द लाइट्स टू बी कोहेरेंट लाइट्स, कोहेरेंट वेव्स. देयरफॉर हम इन लाइट्स को पहले स्प्लिट किया सो दैट इनके बीच का जो फेज डिफरेंस है वो हमेशा कांस्टेंट रहे. अदरवाइज अगर हम दो डिफरेंट सोर्सेज यूज करते देन इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू प्रोड्यूस टू कोहेरेंट वेव्स. बिकॉज इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि उनके बीच का कांस्टेंट, उनके बीच का जो फेज डिफरेंस है इट शुड रिमेन कांस्टेंट. देयरफॉर हम क्या करते हैं? हम लाइट को स्प्लिट करते हैं. स्प्लिट करते हैं यूजिंग टू स्लिट्स. अब यहां हमारी लाइट स्प्लिट हुई, इसके बाद इट विल इंटरफेयर एट अ पॉइंट, और जहां ये इंटरफेयर करती है वहां हमें पता है क्या होगी, ईदर कंस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस और डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस. यही दो फिनोमेना पॉसिबल है. और कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग टू कंस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस वी विल गेट ब्राइट फ्रिंज, and corresponding to destructive interference we will get dark fringe. आप देख सकते हैं on this screen, these blue one they are bright fringes and the black ones are dark fringes. And it has been observed कि हमें alternate bright dark fringes मिले. This was the actual setup used by Young in his experiment. Right? Now let's see, अगर यहां से, अब ये तो हमारा एक एक्चुअल apparatus हो गया. अगर इसे मुझे 2D में बनाना हो, अगर इसका मैं एक 2D डायग्राम बनाना चाहूं, हाउ आई विल रिप्रेजेंट? बिकॉज ऑन पेपर वी हैव टू ड्रॉ 2D डायग्राम. सो दिस इज माय सोर्स और ये मेरी दो स्लिट्स है. राइट? आई विल नेम देम एज S1 एंड S2. राइट? और यहां पे आई विल ड्रॉ माय स्क्रीन. ये स्क्रीन है. यहां से अब जो रेज ऑफ लाइट जाएंगी, सी S1 एंड S2. It is very important you should understand this nomenclature because sometimes in exams they'll directly say you S1 and S2. You can use them as standard nomenclature. Right? So ये S1 और S2, यहां से अब रेज ऑफ लाइट चली और ये यहां पे P पॉइंट पे आकर मिल गई. राइट? S1 S2 से रेज ऑफ लाइट चली और P पॉइंट पे आकर मिल गई. अब यहां P पॉइंट पे इधर देयर कैन बी कंस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस और देयर कैन बी डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस. राइट? नाउ से यहां से सेंटर्ड लाइन जो हमने ड्रॉ की, हमने एक स्ट्रेट लाइन ड्रॉ की विच इज पासिंग थ्रू मिड पॉइंट ऑफ S1 एंड S2. राइट? एंड से दिस डिस्टेंस जहां हमें ये रेज मीट कर रही हैं, से दिस डिस्टेंस इज y, राइट। आफ्टर दैट यहां S1 से यहां तक का डिस्टेंस, इसे हमने मार्क कर लिया बिटवीन S1 S2 से, इट इज स्मॉल d, राइट। डिस्टेंस बिटवीन S1 एंड S2 इज स्मॉल d, and the distance between these O and this, it will be d by 2, because ये center point है, center point से it will be d by 2 downwards and d by 2 upwards, right? And the distance between screen and this slits is capital D, right? So I hope now you are clear with the nomenclature and the exact how we are going to represent the distances with what variables. Now let us see the mathematics involved in this derivation, right? Or mathematics involved in this experiment, right? But you have to understand this this diagram very carefully, right? So let's do one thing. Let's redraw it for sake of reference. This is say S1 and this is S2. In between we have this point O, and here is our screen, like this. This is point P. This distance we have marked as y, this distance as capital D, this as small d, right, and this distance as d by 2. Similarly, this distance is also d by 2, right? You should understand this diagram very carefully. Now let us start the mathematical part. Now the wave from S1 and S2 reaches the point P with same phase difference and hence path difference, right? This is the basic condition of coherent waves, right? And we have assumed that these two waves are coherent and hence the phase difference between these two waves is going to be constant, right? Let the path difference will be, it will be S2P minus S1P, because path difference is actually difference in the path length. What is the path length of this wave? It will be S2P, and for this wave it will be S1P. So the path difference will be simply S2P minus S1P, right? Then what will be my S2P square minus S1P square? It is, I have used Pythagoras theorem. See, in this triangle, if I take this triangle, in this triangle S2P square will be equal to what? Capital D square plus y plus d by 2 square, right? This will be S2P. I am writing it here. S2P is what? Square of S2P will be equal to, using Pythagoras in this triangle, it will be capital D square plus y plus d by 2 square. Similarly, if I have to write S1P, then I'll consider this triangle, right? And here S1P square will be equal to what? Capital D square plus y minus d by 2 square, because this distance is now y minus d by 2, right? So it will be y minus d by 2 square. Now if I subtract these two, on subtracting these two, what I'll get? I'll get this term square, this minus this term, right? And जब मैं यहाँ पे bracket open करूँगा, for sure d square will cancel out, right? And what I'll get is, I am applying formula of a square minus b square, that is a minus b into a plus b, and that is equal to 2yd, right? And one more thing I can see, that this term S2P minus S1P, S2P minus S1P, this is very small, right? This is very small. And S2P plus S1P, S2P plus S1P, the combination of these two is nearly equal to this, capital D, right? So I can write it delta into capital D. This is delta. Delta means path difference. This delta x, this is path difference. So it will be delta into 2D equal to 2yd. 2 and 2 will cancel out. What I'll get? I'll get delta x is equal to y into small d by capital D. Hence the path difference which we get, delta x, is y into d by capital D, right? That means the path difference between these two rays is nothing but y into small d by capital D. Now what is small d? Difference between these two slits, दोनों slits के बीच का difference. And what is y? जहां पे हमारी इंटरफेरेंस हो रही है, जहां हमें फ्रिंज मिल रही है, इधर डार्क फ्रिंज और ब्राइट फ्रिंज. जहां हमें फ्रिंज मिलेगी सेंटर पॉइंट से, that multiplied by the slit width divided by D. That is the distance between source and screen. Right? Now let's move forward and let's see position of bright fringes. Now what is the condition for bright fringe? For bright fringe, the condition should be that there should be a constructive interference. And in our previous session, we have seen the condition of constructive interference. Path difference should be क्या होना चाहिए, ये हमें पता है. Now we will apply that condition, right? Let's see. For bright fringe at P, there should be constructive interference, and constructive interference will take place only if the path difference is equal to n lambda. This is what we have derived in our previous session. So this yd by d should be equal to what? N lambda. Right? Yd by d should be equal to n lambda. Now if I further simplify it, what I'll get? I have to find y. Y is basically position from center point to that point. कि fringe जो dark है या light है उसकी position with respect to what? Center point O. So when n is equal to 0, 1, where n is this, so y is equal to n d lambda by 2. So y हमें यहाँ से क्या मिलेगी? N times of d by d lambda. Right? It will be this, n times of capital D by small d lambda. Clear? Now let's see. For n is equal to 0, we get the first bright fringe. N is equal to 0 corresponds to first bright fringe, and it will be at y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means center point O. This is point O, जो हमने diagram में बनाया था. And for n is equal to 1, we get d into lambda by small d. Similarly, we can find for nth fringe as well, n d lambda by d. Right? Now, let's see the position of a dark fringe. Now, when dark fringe will happen? Dark fringe will happen when there is destructive interference. And destructive interference means that two waves are actually getting subtracted from each other. Right? And what is the condition on path difference that we have derived? Let's see. For dark fringe at P, the path difference delta x must be equal to what? It should be 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. It should be 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. So from here, what we can say? We can say that n is 0, 1, 2, 3, or y is equal to 2n plus 1 into d lambda by 2d, or for n is equal to 0, matlab first dark fringe we will get first dark fringe at this distance, that is d lambda by 2d. d lambda by 2d. This is the distance of first dark fringe. Then second dark fringe, third and fourth dark fringe, or nth dark fringe. We can find them, right? So this is the formula which you should remember. This is very important, right? Because in your exam you will get questions, a number of questions you will get on these formulas. The dark fringe distance and light and dark fringe distance, or the position of dark fringe, or the first dark fringe, third dark fringe. They'll ask you questions like this, right? So let's move forward and let's see expression for dark fringe width. Right? Expression of fringe width means what is the distance between two fringes, two dark fringes. Right? See, if you can see beta d, it is nothing but yn minus yn minus 1. And just now we have derived yn as well. And in place of n, if I put n minus 1, I'll get yn minus 1. So the distance which I'll get is lambda d by d. That means distance between two dark fringes is nothing but lambda d by d. Right? This is very important. You must remember this thing. Distance between two dark fringes is lambda d by d. Right? Now, next is, if I have to find distance between two bright fringes, although you know by symmetry distance is going to be same. By symmetry we can see that this distance is going to be same between two dark fringes as well as between two bright fringes. But still, we are going to calculate it. Let's see. Again, we will use the same procedure, that yn minus yn minus 1 will give us the distance between two bright fringes, and it will come out to be d lambda by d. Right? This is the distance between two bright fringes. Right? So this is how we can find distance between two dark fringes as well as distance between two bright fringes. Alright. Now, This expression for fringe width shows that the fringes are equally spaced on the screen. I have told you earlier that these fringes are symmetric and they are alternate. Symmetric means the distance between these two fringes are always and always going to be same. And how much is going to be the distance? Between one dark and other dark, between two consecutive dark, the distance is d lambda by d. And between two consecutive brights, the distance is going to be d lambda by d. Right? So this way you can easily calculate, right? Fringe width, right? Now, next is distribution of intensity. Now if you can see on the screen, we have observed we have one dark, then bright, dark, bright. This is the distribution we were getting. Alternate dark and bright. And what do you mean by dark fringe? Dark fringe corresponds to zero intensity. We have seen in our destructive interference that dark fringe means that there is zero intensity. Right? Similarly, bright fringe means there is maximum intensity. Right? Let's try to plot it. Let's try to plot it, how it will look like. See, if this is, now I am trying to plot it like this. Right? This is actually screen. Just imagine it like this is screen. And how it will look like? It will look like this. Here is the maximum. This is the bright fringe. Here I'll get the dark fringe, where intensity is 0. Here intensity is maximum, then bright, dark, dark. Right? This way I'll get alternate bright, dark. And this is how intensity is going to look like. This is called intensity variation, right? Or intensity distribution, right? Now, suppose the two interfering waves have same amplitude, say A. If they have same amplitude, we know intensity is proportional to what? Square of amplitude. Right? Therefore, we can say that I max is proportional to A plus A square, or it will be proportional to 4A square. That means this maximum intensity, this corresponds to how much amplitude? 4A square. And minimum will be for sure 0. Right? And all the bright fringes have this same intensity. That means all the bright fringes is going to have how much intensity? 4A square. This much intensity. Right? And I minimum, we know it is going to be 0. And hence, the dark fringes have 0 intensity. जितनी भी dark fringes होंगी, सबकी कितनी intensity होगी? 0 intensity. Right? All the dark fringes will have 0 intensity. Right? So I hope आपको भी ये intensity distribution clear हुआ होगा, कैसे alternate bright dark fringes होती हैं और कैसे इनकी intensity vary करती है. Right? So I hope आपको अब थोड़ी picturization clear हुई होगी कि कैसे हमारी actual में fringes बन रही हैं, कैसे dark और bright alternate fringes होती हैं. Right? Fine. Let's see condition for sustained interference. Sustained interference means एक ऐसी interference जो continuous चलती रहे. Because there can be a possibility कि interference हुई और कुछ देर बाद वो खत्म हो गई. But what should be the condition for sustained interference? That means the interference is going to go for an infinite long time. That is sustained interference. That means the not oscillations, the interference that is going to sustain for a long period of time. That means the amplitude is going to be constant. Amplitude is not at all going to decay. Right? Let us see. The two sources producing interference must be coherent. That is our first condition. The condition is that the two sources which we are using, they must be coherent. Right? And we know the importance of coherent sources. It is because we are going to get a constant intensity if and only if the sources are coherent. If sources are not coherent, we will get variable intensity. Some dark fringes are dark and some bright fringes are slightly less bright and some fringes are very bright. So the intensity of bright as well will vary. We will not get a constant intensity because previously just now we saw that intensity of maximum intensity was 4A square. But if the sources are not coherent, in that case we are not going to get a constant intensity. Right? Next is the two interfering wave trains must have the same plane of polarization. We will understand what is polarization in our coming session. But till now, just remember they should have same plane of polarization. Right? The two sources must be very close to each other and the pattern must be observed at a very large distance to have sufficient width of the fringe. Right? We can see fringe width, it depends on this, d lambda by d. Therefore, the distance should be sufficient large, the distance between source and the screen must be large, and the distance between two sources, the distance between S1 and S2, that must be small. Small d must be small and capital D must be large. Right? The sources must be monochromatic, otherwise the fringes of different colors will be observed. Right? Because only a monochromatic light is going to give you dark and bright fringes. But if we use a white light, in that case, white light के case में क्या होता है? We know diffraction will take place. Not diffraction, scattering of light will take place. Right? And scattering of light होगी तो उससे क्या होगा? हमारे पास waves आपस में क्या हो जाएंगी? Wave अपने bands में break हो जाएंगी. Right? और हमने देखा था जब white light अपने bands में break होती है तो क्या मिलता है हमें? Vibgyor. Right? Same phenomena. Right? That will take place. तो हमें colorful fringes मिलेंगी उस केस में. Right? And if two waves must be having same amplitude for better contrast between bright and dark fringes. That means अगर हमें एक अच्छा pattern लेना है, that means the amplitude of the waves must be almost equal. Right? So, my dear friends, this is all about your Young's double slit experiment. I hope you must have enjoyed this session, and mark my words, this session is very important from academic point of view. Just go through this session at least 2 or 3 times, make proper notes and just keep on revising those notes. Right? So with this note, I end up here and we will meet in our next session with some more interesting and beautiful concepts. Thank you.